So we watched the Manosphere earlier. Here are our thoughts from a male and a female about the movie.
I think just at first hand, it's definitely just kind of appalling overall. Just kind of seeing that societal trying to almost like normalize misogyny and just a lot of like the excuses of, but I love women, but it's like, okay, but I'm going to treat them like trash.
So for me, it made me realize that most of the whole alpha male manosphere, everything that's put on the web about that topic is a grift. They're literally just grifting. They're taking advantage of these people and making a crap load ton of money from it. And I've just come to realize, I mean, the guy even said when Louis asked him, why don't you just be a good person or good human? And to him, what he later confessed is the main reason he's even doing it is for money. It doesn't matter what he says, what's going on. He's doing it for the money. He's doing it to get paid. And the sad part about the reality that we're in now is how those people see it is the more obviously the more views and attention that they get, the more money they get. So it doesn't matter what they're putting out, whether it's good or bad, as long as it pushes more views, their brain clicks like, oh, I'm doing something right. And oh, I must be living right as well.
Well, I think it's just like he said, it's kind of like it's more the rage bait of it, of what's going to be the thing that's going to be the most controversial and almost creating their personality behind that. And I think that's where it's again like that moral corruption of basically like women are trash, make as much money as you can, bitches get money. Like that's the literal, that's like the epitome of everything that they stand for. So they sign up for these, or I guess advertise these fake make money quick schemes, essentially signing these men up for literally nothing practically, and then just taking advantage of them for one, and then for two, just setting these horrible examples for these impressionable young men that are supposed to be, they're in like the most pivotal like growth points in their life, and then thinking that treating women like this is acceptable, talking to them like they're trash or less than a man. And I think it's just, I mean, it's truly kind of, I mean, it's disgusting when you see people like the way he talks to women, the way that he has this misperception of like my dick dictates you. I feel like we're going back. What kind of example is it to your daughters, to just the women in your life, to accept treatment from men like that? And which just is deplorable in the sense that people are going up to him and going up to these men and being like, you changed my life. Change my life how? In being a piece of shit? Teaching me how to be a piece of shit, basically.
If anything, treating women bad doesn't make you more of a man, it makes you less. I think here's the thing that we need more of. We need people who are leaders in society who do well for themselves. Also, who are rich because I mean, all the kids love rich people, but we need more rich people who treat women with respect and are just not a part of this.
I think these men are fueled by their trauma, and I think the biggest downfall of, I mean, there's a lot of downfalls with them, but it's the fact that the conversation even of like mental health is like non-existent. Depression isn't a thing. The traumas that you went through aren't factored into how you are as a whole, when there's so much literature out there that says the exact opposite. So we're seeing these men that came from abusive backgrounds, maybe no fatherly figure in their life, and they went that 180 of, okay, well, now I'm just going to be a rich asshole. These deeply, deeply, deep rooted problems and like familial issues that they had. And that is to like at the core of it, that is Manosphere, is their internal little kids that were never taken care of, that were beat, that were told they weren't good enough. So they decided to go on such an extreme that they now don't even know how to treat others, let alone themselves. One of the guys that Lewis was interviewing, and he was talking about how his brother had taken his own life and that there was times that he would get sad, but that again, circling back to depression isn't a thing. All of our feelings we're going to just internalize, and like as long as I make this much money, everything else is going to be okay. But it's like if you don't deal with those real life issues, like they will eat you alive.
Because in my opinion, social media just rewards whatever is giving attention. And attention is not always something that's given for good. It'd be given for, like we talked about, rage. Rage baiting is so popular these days. 1 or 2 years ago, people deliberately posting false things, even if they know it. Why? Because they're hoping for the attention, which can eventually turn into dollars. And people see dollars like it's like they're doing something good in life.
So what we're talking about of Bonnie Blue, and it just seems very, even Lucas brings up the point of it's very contradictory in the sense of him saying he capitalizes on these OnlyFans models or on these OnlyFans girls basically because he manages them. So he basically pimps them out in a sense. But he says that watching porn is disgusting, that this woman is disgusting for doing these things, yet you're capitalizing on all of these, on these women, basically. So it's, yeah, it doesn't make sense. It's like you want to say that you're morally corrupt or fucked up that you do that, but I'm going to be the main provider of that. It's just very much so like pot calling the kettle black. It's just a contradiction. He's literally a walking, talking contradiction. All of these men are. It's
Bonnie Blue didn't even deep down really give a shit about that because she probably is getting more attention and making more money. It just feeds, like, you got to understand, these people literally live for money. All right. So coming to an end, to conclude, don't get caught up in the trap, in the race of just trying to live your life just to make money. Louis said something so good. Don't capitalize off of people's humanity. People out there would be susceptible of doing wrong if you put out a certain type of content. Don't put it on. Don't put it out there. Encourage people to make right choices, do good, and even if it makes you less money than something else would, make the right decision. Let's start a movement to make the freaking right decision. Okay. Even if people will screw you over sometimes in life, it doesn't mean you got to screw people over. Not to get religious, but Jesus said the golden rule is to treat others as you want to be treated. So make sure that you treat others as you want to be treated, regardless of whatever they do. That's their business. But yeah, all right, this ends it. Subscribe, follow, like, comment. I want to hear your thoughts on the Manosphere. That shit was crazy to watch. So I encourage you, go watch it. It's pretty good.